Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at ChicnScratch. This is the project we're making today, and this is week 10 of the 12 weeks of Halloween, and it's actually a post-it note holder, so it will sit on your desk just like that, and then here's some post-it notes. Okay, so let me get out the supplies. You're going to need one piece of basic black cardstock that measures 12 by 5 3/4, and then you're going to need another piece that measures 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and that is this one right here. You're going to need 2 pieces of the Halloween Night Designer Series paper, and that measures 3 1/2 by 1 3/4, and then 3 1/2 by 3 1/4. We've got some pumpkin pie glimmer paper, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, which I think that's a little big. And then a piece of Whisper White that's 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get out the Simply Scored scoring tool. Okay, so I've got my basic black cardstock. I'm going to put it in the on the portrait side, which is the 5 3/4 side, and I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch. One inch. And then 4 3/4 and 5 1/4. Then we're going to place it on the landscape side, which is the 12-inch side, and we're going to score it at 2, 2 1/2, 6, 9 1/2, 10 1/2, and 11 1/2. So first we're going to fold this on all the score lines. And I promise it looks a little intimidating when you look at it, but as you watch me make it, it's really not hard at all. It just looks like it might be, but it's not. Okay, I'm just going to take my bone folder. I want this to look nice. Okay, so I'm going to get my template here, and then what I want to do is we're going to be cutting according to the diagram here, or to the one that's going to be on your instructions, but then I also want to go ahead and cut out this half circle here so that I don't get confused about which side is which, because if you'll notice down here, that's just 1/2 inch. So by going ahead and cutting out this little half circle, that just really helps visually, I think. Okay, so now I'm going to put the template right there, and if you'll notice, I keep these 2 little sections right there, but then everything else is removed. So that's what we're going to do. I wish I had my big scissors. I may pause the camera and go get them. Okay, I took a little break there and went and got my scissors, my large scissors. Okay, so now same thing. I'm just going to remove this side. Looks like I trimmed it just shy of the score line. Oh well, we'll make it work. Okay, so now that that's cut out, we want to add our Designer Series paper. So what we want to do is add the paper right here to the front. I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of it. And you want to add this paper before you assemble this, because if you don't, then you won't be able to cut your half circle back out again. Okay, so if you don't want that half circle, then it would be fine. Now, for where to place the next one, these 2 pieces, or 2 sides, are going to fold in just like that. So it's actually going to go right here. But I like to add it afterwards so that it covers up this black piece. So we're going to set that aside for a minute. Then we're going to add our adhesive to these two strips right here. So just one of them. And then we're going to flip it over and add one strip of adhesive on that 1/2 inch piece right there. Okay? So now we're going to bring this up and assemble. And then the same thing over here. That's why you want to use a stronger adhesive. Okay, then this is going to fold down like that. And then this is going to fold, let's see. I always word this the wrong way. Okay, so you want to fold it down like that in the back, okay? And then if you just fold this down, that makes perfect sense. It's hard to explain. So on the instruction sheet that you're going to be able to print for free on my website, it's just going to tell you to please see the video, because explaining that in words isn't easy. Okay, so now I'm going to take my snail and add the Designer Series paper to the inside. Just like that, see? Okay, so now we're going to stamp my supplies here. I'm going to get my images out. Here's our little spider. So first we're going to stamp Happy Halloween. And I'm not going to actually stamp the spider until after I cut this image out. Okay, so I'm going to close my ink pad up and I'm going to get out my Big Shot. We are using 3 framelits. Instead of showing you where they go on the magnetic sheet, I'm just going to tell you the size of them on the screen. So the sizes of these circles will be there. Okay, Big Shot, magnetic platform, and cutting pad. We're going to first cut out our greeting, and that's with the smallest framelit. And I just noticed I smeared the writing. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp it again, and I'm going to cut it out last. Okay, so we've got the glimmer paper is going to be the largest circle that I have. There's that one. And then the black is the medium, which is the regular circle and not the scallop circle. And now this one. I think I may have stamped the image a little too low on the piece of Whisker White, so it probably didn't get the entire scallop. Oh, actually it did. Yay. Okay, so here's all of our little circles. I'm going to open up my black ink pad, and I'm going to try to stamp my spider on here without messing up. I actually smeared my ink already again, so, and I've got it all over me. Oh well, we'll get a clean one. So now for your post-it notes, you can just stamp these if you want to. You don't have to. It definitely adds to it. See? Now, this one's going to get attached with a dimensional. I'm trying to not smear it any more than what I already have. And then this one's getting attached with a dimensional as well. And then to add it to the front, use whatever adhesive you want. I actually prefer to use the glue dots because the glimmer paper is a little bit heavier and the glue dots work fantastic. So I'm just going to add some glue dots over here to the right side. Let's see, let me get one more. There we go. So I'm going to add that, and then the final step is we're going to add some of the Halloween night baker's twine. Okay, so now it's time to add our, what is this called? Halloween night baker's twine. And what I've done is I've just doubled it. And then I'm going to tie a cute little bow over here. Okay, let me make it pretty. Make it a little bit smaller. Isn't that so cute? Okay, so this was my sample before. This is the sample afterwards. The only thing I messed up is I kind of smeared the ink right there. But this would make a really cute gift. You just set it on your desk. Okay, have a great day. If you need anything, let me know. Bye.